Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to your reading space. I hope you are doing well and in high spirits. Welcome. It is lovely to have you here. For those of you celebrating the holiday, happy holiday, all that good stuff. Happy New Year to you, at least the way that modern society celebrates New Year. We're actually going to go ahead and do a collective glimpse ahead, as stated in the video, at what the new year holds for the collective overall 2022. This was suggested by somebody following on our TikTok, so thank you for that. All right, let's go ahead and see what the overall theme of 2022 is in the collective. Spirit, angel, spirit guide, thank you for being here. We set the intentions for the highest benefit of all, for accurate, clear, and concise messages of truth. The overall energy of 2022. Help us stay centered in our higher self. Please and thank you to receive the highest messages. Okay. A lot happens at the end of the year and into 2023. We're going to put that out right away. I feel that this is a year of big events, big things, significant things that happen. Into 2023, I feel like the details come together. The organization comes together, okay? You have cleansing and protection in 2022 at the head. So this is a very good energy of re-stabilizing, of things feeling strong, of things feeling more secure, perhaps more stable than they did the last 2 to 3 years, okay? It may literally benefit you to safely light candles, especially like white candles, this year, again, in a safe way. But just if it's not something you already do, this can just be a really simple way to protect and cleanse the space, okay? I see love coming through. I get water and earth really strongly with this. A connection with universal oneness, love. I see gratitude after certain relationships die out in a way, bringing communication in for some of you. For some of you who are mediums or work with the other side, or even if you don't know this yet, you may come into some of this energy next year through a process, like a relationship. Let's say it fades or it's fading. Maybe it ends or something transitions within the relationship, and you start to go into a very self-focused practice here, something that is with you and yourself. So whether this is the act of gratitude or if it's something else, but it's like a self-loving kind of thing, a high vibrational thing that you develop and create with you, with yourself. This is bringing a lot of this astral kind of communication in, deep communication in, and I do really feel this is communication from the other side. I also see Gemini energy here. For some of you, this could be with a grandfather, not for everyone, but there's communication going on. For some of you, we could be detoxing the heart a bit. There's protection around the heart as well. We could be working on, like some of you could be more conscious of like EMFs and things like this that are around you in your space, and you could be more focused at some point on guarding your space. Again, I feel like a focus on protection this year. We want to make ourselves feel safe, we want to make ourselves feel protected. We want a sense of grounding, of stability, of cleansing that and taking care of that space and that stability. We could also be really focusing in on what's blurry or what's what kind of toxins have we built up in our heart organ and our heart energy center, both alike, and how can we cleanse and kind of purge some of that out. We also, some of us are trying to protect the heart very strongly. It's really interesting for some of you in 2022, after a period of really guarding and protecting your heart, we see a lot of love energy coming in here, a lot of love offers. So let's say you were in a relationship something shifted or ended with that relationship in the past. You go through a period of working with the self, coming into your own abilities, being a bit guarded, and then bam, you get like all this love energy coming in. We've got these three different, actually four different love energies right here present. This particular one is a very protected kind of love. It's also a summer love, okay? And this doesn't just mean romantic relationships, love. This can be like the universal oneness, those beautiful pinks that talk about compassion, interconnectedness, that Cancerian energy, which is also connected to the home. We also see a Kundalini awakening, but in this particular reading, I feel that who is here on the FOTH page seeing this for 2022, whether you're in a relationship or going into one, whatever this is, it brings more self-love in, but it also brings love in with a person, with another being in this world. And it helps with some of this awakening energy in the heart. It also helps to free some of the heavier energies from your heart. It assists a process you already started. But either way, I see a lot of strong love offers. Communication with love could be an earth sign for some, not for everybody, but I do see that quite strongly. This could help you get things organized, or get more, rather that shape, or get an idea more of what it is that you want, that you're looking for in your world, in your own life. Like, I feel like this helps boost your life, your awakening. When I see Kundalini as well, energy like rising attached to love this way, I also feel that this could be somebody very like significant, like a soulmate, or an energy that's really mirrored to you without putting it in a box or giving it labels. Somebody that's really meant to be a very fated thing. I'm really gravitated to touch this. It's not that I want to throw us off balance here. So I was perceiving this as pink. That I'm touching it and seeing it's smoky quartz, which is actually a stone of protection, which is really interesting that it was showing pink here. So I'm going to say the big theme I see, protection and grounding and stability. So this means that this love that comes in is also something that gives you or helps you with a sense of safety, of being protected. It helps to protect you, and not in the way that you're guarded or they're guarded, in the way of a very union kind of protection. The communication between you, it could be small at first, or it could be different than before, like not as many words, but it could be very profound, very potent communication that's very strong. This person could have really powerful things to say, even if it's simple. Again, I'm seeing a lot of earth energy here. This can be a very grounded energy, somebody very connected to nature, or it could literally be an earth sign. Now, after we see this union here in 2022, and this, because it's a collective, it's going to look different for everybody. This doesn't just have to be, again, like a romantic partner. I feel though, no matter how it looks for you, there is a very standard progression of like, we've already moving into this, but we move into more of something with ourself that's concentrated here after a phase in a relationship kind of fades. And then bam, we move into a really strong union. So even if this is with the same person, we go through a period of like figuring some things out for ourselves. And then when we figure that out for ourselves, as the universe does, this comes in and helps us continue figuring it out, basically. And what this does is moves us into some massive healing. Yes, we're going to have more healing in 2022. There's a lot to heal from here. Some of you could be healing the menstrual cycle, the cramps, the endometriosis, the way that you move with your cycles, trauma to the womb, trauma to the to the feminine areas as well, if you're a female. Even if you're not a female, some of you could be healing the feminine wound. Some of you could also be healing your heart connection to the cosmos. But I definitely feel a focus here on solar plexus and sacral chakra area, all the way down into the root. So the bottom three really come into focus in this area here. And then, of course, you've got heart and focus over here with communication. I do feel this is a progression from the beginning of the year. This is like where we are now into the beginning, coming into like springtime with this kind of new energy, which makes sense because we flow with the seasons, of course, depending on where you're at in the world. But either way, spring would also be a transition elsewhere. So it's a transition energy here, and then moving into summer, or if you're southern hemisphere, then winter. But we see that healing. We see that. We also see a shift with your limitations. Okay, and it's interesting. You've got both smoky quartz here and both earth energies here. So again, I feel you have protection. Some of you could have protection later in the year from an earth sign, but I really don't feel that as strongly as protection with, okay, with the grounded energy, with the earth and nature energy, this kind of a thing. This is somebody very intellectual. There could be healing of the mind, healing of limitations. I see a lot of renewal here. This is the stone of like the genius. This is a very intellect stone. And then again, we've got a little bit of this kundalini energy over here, this kind of pale green. This is also a stone of the actress. It's a very creative energy over here. Some of you could feel like you're moving away from this at the end of the year, this like creative kind of energy, or this acting, like you could be feeling like you're focusing here and not as much on a creative goal or project or something that you do. But I feel like this is quite big, that this is here and it's big, and it's like everything you do here is feeding this. And this might be hinting more to a future energy when it comes more into a full swing, but it is there, okay? So let's go ahead and grab a tarot card to see what the overall theme of 2022 looks like according to the tarot here for the collective. Please and thank you. The overall theme of 2022 for the collective watching this video. Please and thank you. Okay, the moon. This is a lot of inner work here. Again, I see water energy coming through, the emotional, the inner, Gemini as well with communication. We see the heart, we see the communication, we see the foundation, we see the sacral here, we see your gratitude coming through, all of that healing energy, all of that communication, all of that heart, all of it showing through right here in this card itself. The moon is also sometimes things that are concealed or hidden. We see somebody meditating here, thinking, trying to understand, trying to bring things to light, to clarity. So you could be in pursuit of many truths this year, okay? This is also an 18, so this could be the beginning of a better balance, a better flow, and you regaining strength in your world, okay, as we see it. This is also major arcana. I really actually like to see this here, though I do think the way this comes out too, for some of you, there could be like things that aren't totally clear in yourself, in your own heart, in the mysteries of your heart, and in a relationship or a dynamic situation that you have been in or find yourself in now, or into the beginning of this year, so first part of the year. And that could be part why this fades out a bit and why we move into another phase within this dynamic, or into another dynamic altogether. I do also feel a return or a renewal of organized compassion with healthy boundaries for some of you coming through in 2022, because there are unhealthy boundaries and there are healthy boundaries. There's unhealthy guards when we've been really hurt and we totally close up and everything is distorted by fear, and then there's healthy boundaries where we've learned to integrate what we've learned and balance everything out in a way. I definitely feel here like we're gaining healthy boundaries and with the help of somebody, and also a lot of compassion for ourselves and others. And this is part of what invites this healing energy in. And you'll have time, by the way, for those of you that get into like a new relationship or a new phase with your relationship, especially after like the first 3 months into like the 6 months of 2022, you'll have time to enjoy this process, just so you know. Okay. What else is the overall theme of 2022 for the collective? Please and thank you. And sorry for the sniffing. It's just super chilly in here where I am now. The heat is broken. So it's just a cold sniffle. Okay. All right, so usually the Four of Cups is not wanting to accept opportunities in or some kind of an offer in, or guarded or closed. So it kind of is matching in with this guarded of the heart energy, trying to figure out her own stuff. I don't see this as a bad thing. I see this as you being very discerning, but it can be where some of those boundaries or those hurts become a little bit tough or strict because of everything we've been through. However, I really feel this is you in your heart fighting for your own stability and waiting for what really suits you, what you really want. I mean, what I'm really noticing in this instance is how blurry this offer is. It's not very certain. It's not very clear. It looks a little bit like, what does that really mean? What is that implying? Okay, it's that kind of a feeling. Okay, anything else about overall energy? I also feel like you're not letting anything shake your foundation or stability, especially emotionally this year, or you're really careful what you let in emotionally so that it doesn't disturb or disrupt your foundation, okay, that you've tried to build, this stability that you're trying to build, that you're trying to keep, this protection. See what that was that wanted to follow. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, so some of you could also really be working to set down the hard work, set down the burdens, okay? We have two similar energies coming through here. You are able to manifest a lot. The Magician is a huge energy of manifestation, but I don't feel this is fully recognized or fully realized in 2022. You're not fully realizing yet how powerful you are when it comes to manifestation, but it hints that you will. You could be manifesting a lot within this period of time where this new love comes in, or this new energy rather comes in, that you're experiencing more compassion and love within, probably around springtime for those in the Northern Hemisphere. Let's just say end of February at the earliest, March, April, May area. So in this time frame, I feel like you are going to be manifesting a lot. So it'll be really important as you heal, to keep raising your vibration, to keep going through breaking these limitations, to go with these high vibrational thoughts, affirmations, and things like this, because you're all about manifesting. And this is over here, this creative thing, this passion, this thing, that is for some of you it's literally acting, or at least for somebody, but creative something. This is all going to also directly affect this dream or this goal or this creative energy that's kind of building, okay? This is higher knowledge coming in that's going to help you break through limitations, help you manifest, help you with your stabilities with the Hierophant. Again, I feel a lot of you communicating more deeply with the spirit, with the spiritual realms, with the other side, something like this. And then this is also the process of you learning something at the same time as somebody else and about to come together with them, okay? I still feel like the placements of these cards are up in the progression of the year. Anything else about 2022 that you would like to point out for the collective, Spirit, please and thank you. I guess this would be what I see the most of is restabilizing and protection this year. We have decisions that we need to make this year. And I again get the word boundaries with this. I mean, we always have decisions to make, but I feel like the practice of gratitude, of neutrality as well, not being super polarized, it's both putting you in between decisions sometimes, and it's also assisting you with decisions sometimes. Assisting you to make the decisions that truly resonate with your core, with your heart, with your knowing. You're communicating with yourself, with your emotions. You're focused on maintaining stability. It's like you have a laser focus or vision or a really strong understanding of what it is that you want to maintain, build, keep, work towards. And so you're able to make decisions or even wait to make decisions until you're clear on how do these assist my goals or help me work towards my goals, or how do these, support what it is that I'm trying to achieve here. Anything else to say about this Two of Swords? Yeah, this is working from a more empowered place when it comes to our decisions. It's also about fated energy, things that are fated. It's about releasing control a bit. Because it's like some things we just have to give them the time to play out in a way. Some things we just have to understand no matter what we do, left or right, it's going to, all paths lead home. It's going to be in line with what we always were planning to do in a way, okay? Some of you, the healing is involving the mother wound or wounds that are from childhood here, things that were unfair. Could be a Libra energy, literally doesn't have to be, but any kind of situations where it felt like things were unfair. For somebody, this could be sibling rivalry. For others, this could have been a cheating, like a thing, a situation where you were cheated on, or somebody chose somebody else over you and it really hurt, or where you did this, like where we're healing these kinds of imbalanced, unfair energies. And that can look any way. Those are just a few examples. But here I feel like there was a lack of communication about a subject, or suppressed communication. So that could also be coming through in 2022 really strongly. I mean, 2022, if you look at the numerology of that itself, it's very aligned, balanced, unified, harmonized to itself. It's a number of a couple. It's a number of a pair. It's the two. It's the balance between the head and the heart. It's the balance of the yin and yang. So it does imply a lot of balance. And 2 + 2 + 2 is a 6. 6 is the number of love, Venus, also Libra. Okay, so we could be dealing a lot with love and with balance this year, harmonizing this year, balance with the self, unification, with the 0 in there too, the 2022. The 0 is like a full circle energy. It can also be the energy of like the rings of Saturn, which could indicate, oh, sorry, there's a doggo here. Which could indicate marriage for somebody, or a commitment, a contract, something that you commit to for a time, a little longer than just the usual. For maybe it's for 2 years for some, for 4 or 22, this could literally be this way. But it's the energy of Saturn a bit there with binding ourselves into something that is really unified, okay, or something coming full circle back to where it began, which again would have to do as well with healing the wounds from the childhood experience, okay? With the Ace of Wands here too, it's like when you do this, we are able to grasp our passions, grasp something new, to take a new action, clarified action, strong, passionate action. Again, I see that springtime energy, and for some of you, it's also late summer energy when the leaves are starting to fall. But either way, it's coming in from the future. It's bringing a lot of abundance with it, and there is a payout from this process that comes through in 2022, especially near the end, especially when we get into the ending part. We really see this strongly, all of this paying off. So I feel like a lot of you will, 2222, I just saw on the video as a great confirmation there. So I feel like for a lot of you this year, just in general, in the collective, it's going to have a big focus on those relationships with ourselves, with our environment, with people, and then with, some kind of a commitment or a contract, something this way, solidifying things, bringing things into a more solid way. Like there's a harmonizing energy, there's a very aligned energy, okay? And just the fact that we're talking about this in the 22 like this is also super cool. So I really, really love this. Let's see if there's any other message to say for the collective in 2022. Sodalite, I think, is one of the stones we have out here. But for some of you, this could help you, okay? I love that this came out over here. This could have been an energy that was disempowering you. This is where we're overthinking, where we're dealing with tons of anxieties, where we're up at night, where an ending is haunting us, where we're just in our head about stuff. But there's very much an energy of moving forwards from this, of facing it, moving forwards, actively dealing with it, and moving on from it, not being disempowered by this anymore. This is the energy of endings. Beyond the endings is a lot of good stuff, okay? And endings is not, it's all what you make it, Endings doesn't mean like that we have to, ending, everything ends, everything is over, the relationship's over, it's all done. It doesn't always mean this. Like sometimes an ending is as simple as an attachment within a situation, or a way of communicating within a situation, a behavior. And the situation continues, but in a better way because something ends, or in a new way because something within it ends, Take your time in 2022. Take your time. You don't need to rush to, you can think about things before you communicate it. You could think about things And if a message comes into you, it'll be well thought out. The messages that come to you, the communication that comes to you, I feel like it's more careful. Even though it might be more, it's like it's also more careful. I feel like we need to take our time. Some of us, it's because there's decisions that just aren't super clear, and we need to take the time for them to become clear. Because maybe we're feeling like forced in the past, especially, to choose from all kinds of choices that just don't look that great, or that clear, or don't really resonate. Like, it's like picking from choices that none really look that great. And that's why we're in maybe this place of like, you know what, I'm just going to wait. Because things aren't super clear this year. They're a bit hidden. Not the whole year, but especially the first 6 to 7 months, I feel could really, it's like we're waiting on certain things because we want the clarity first before we commit, before we decide. And that's really smart, because I feel intuitively that something does clarify, something does come in. The communication helps and the healing process helps. And it's like, look at, this is not even a choice at all. This is like what you're manifesting. This just comes in from the future. After all of this, we come into a payoff with this beautiful gray gratitude, neutrality, this renewal energy here. With this Ace of Wands, something begins, okay? Something great begins too, I feel. So the waiting is important. The taking the time is important. If you don't totally feel it, you don't need to rush into it. You're not forced to rush into something, especially something that's going to compromise your safety, your stability, the things that you've achieved that you need. You are never obligated to go back into this energy, to go back into a state of disempowerment or overthinking or anxieties or fears. Like, even if something stressful comes up and before you respond in a certain way, I feel this year you're going to become more equipped to handle it in a way that is not so stressful. And this could be from help from somebody else. This could be that higher knowledge coming in. It's helping you do this. And this is also going to help you to sort out these things that have been out of balance in the past. This is going to bring that new start in for you. And it's going to be really crystal clear when it comes in. And this is going to move you further and further towards understanding what a powerful manifester that you are, and how brilliant you are too. Some of you don't recognize how brilliant you are, how many good ideas that you have, how much that you can bring to the table. And do you have anything to say about this creative project or energy that's building? Please and thank you. I really hope my microphone hasn't been hitting my scarf this whole time. I'm really sorry if it has been. This is okay, so the one thing to say here from the tarot about this creative energy. First of all, notice it landed near this candle. So again, we're highlighting something about the candles, the white candles with fire safety. Please, 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 always don't underestimate the power of fire, right? But this is like, I don't feel like we're working from a logic as much or forcing clarity as much. I don't feel like we're in this energy as much. We're in more of a slow down feeling. And this slow down feeling, even if you feel like nothing is moving ahead or like you want to force it ahead, this is like, don't, just wait, trust your gut, trust your intuition and your heart and every process that you're in and building, because this hasn't gone away. It's here, it's building, it's going to be ready to deliver. And for some of you, this will be within 2022. It's not to say it won't be. Some of you, you will be absolutely ready to deliver something or already are. But I feel that there's more to it that's building. So it's like wherever you're at, whatever level you're at with that, there's more that's working. And I really get strongly like 2023 as a delivery kind of era, stage or year into 2024, but 2025 too, but 2023 especially, it's like this may really deliver or come into more of an organized way of delivery, where you are moving ahead with the head and the heart towards a creative passion in a whole new level. But it's like you're building and working up towards this in 2022. I feel like there's a lot here of work in 2022 on the self, but it's more pleasant maybe than the work that we've done on the self, especially for those that were like forced to do the work during COVID in a way. This is more like you're choosing it, is what I feel, okay? Which makes you feel more empowered in a lot of different ways, and it's really just overall, it's really positive. So let's go ahead and get an angel message to close this. This was a really general reading, you guys, just so you know. I mean, this is a general collective reading. So, of course, it's just overall energy. A year is a short time, but it's also a long time. So, I mean, there's a lot that can happen in that time frame. You can always email frequencyoftheheart@gmail.com for personal reading inquiries if you want to go more in depth with things to see what's coming up for you. I do readings this way sometimes for my clients with, week by week, even, what's going to be happening. These are really accurate readings. So this is a nice confirmation what we saw 2022. The time out, the self-care, the nourishment, taking care of yourself, okay? Stopping and taking care of you. I really feel this energy so strongly, especially kicking off the year, even now, at the end of the year, 2021 here. Angels, any messages for 2022? We're not going to take these three. Okay, Francesca, what do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come about. Negativity will block your progress. So again, a lot of renewal energy and a lot of focus on communicating from the heart with the self. She's lighting a candle here in a way, even though it's through a flower, but it is that kind of white candle energy. This is definitely that higher vibration manifestation type energy. This is something that through the practice of self-care and stabilizing this year through love, all of these things, you really are going to get more masterful when it comes to your manifestation and understanding how this process works, understanding how to visualize these things and bring these positive things about that really assist and help you. Okay, so anything else for 2022, angels, that you would like to share with the collective? Any messages, advice, or guidance? Please and thank you. No, that's the main one. So it's all about staying positive where you can, lifting up that vibration, taking care of you. There's a lot of empowerment here. Some of you are tapping into your past lives. Some of you are in a very telepathic energy as well. But yeah, for those of you, again, that celebrate the holidays, happy holidays to you. Thank you so much for being here and for receiving this. I wish you a very happy new year. Love to you all. Anything else? No, I think that's it. So, mwah, take care, everybody.